Please bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the best are really son of the ball. Not those old guns over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets from New York. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets, where they go to meet the Mets. All the hollering and cheering and the jumping in their seats, where they go to meet the Mets. All the fans are true to the orange and blue, so hurry up and come on down, 'cause we got ourselves a ball from the Mets of New York town. Give 'em a yell, give 'em a hand, and let 'em know you're rooting and you stand. Come on and meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and meet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed you have the time of your life because the Mets are really solid the ball. That goes home runs over the wall. The east side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York. Of New
Hey there, everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to your home for chat tutorials, strategy, player profiles, history, news, and more, all about baseball. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we're going to get started on game 2 of a 3-game set between the Washington Nationals and the New York Mets. This game was played on, let's pull that up real quick. May 15th, 2019, and it pits Patrick Corbin against Wilmer Font. Patrick Corbin against Wilmer Font. Patrick Corbin was 14-7 with a 3.25 ERA in 33 games. Wilmer Font was 4-5 with a 4.48 in 48 games, 84 innings pitched. He worked as a reliever and as a starter, so kind of like a spot guy. So we're going to get started. This is Deep Drive Baseball. You read the D10, the red D10, then you read the white D10, and that gives you a number off of the batter, 0 to 49, or if it's beyond that, it's going to be off the pitcher, and then you have the ballpark card, and that will come into play when there's a deep drive result. Let's get started. The green die acts as a kind of informational die, modifier die, and so on. All right, that's a 5-6, so that's going to be off of Patrick Corbin, and it's Jeff McNeil, and that's line base hit. Jeff McNeil singles off Patrick Corbin to lead off the game. We go into the lineups. It's going to be J.D. Davis batting second, Robinson Cano on deck, and Pete Alonso batting fourth at first base. Michael Conforto, the right fielder, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Ahmed Rosario, the shortstop. Wilson Ramos, the catcher, batting seventh. Juan Lagares, center fielder, batting eighth. And Wilmer Font, the pitcher, batting ninth. So next batter is J.D. Davis. He's at third base today. It's a 45. That's going to be an out. A 2-out is a hard ground ball. It's a 3. I'm looking at that as a potential double play here. That hard ground ball looks like it's going to be turned. It's going to be a man on first, E, and that's a lead runner out in front of, as in the front end of a double play. So it's going to be a 3-6-3 double play. And 2 outs. Next is Robbie Cano, pitch from Patrick Corbin, lefty. That's going to be a 50. That's going to be a deep drive for Robbie Cano. This gives us a chance to look at a deep drive and work that out. And it's a 57. A 57 is going to be a double. Pull down the line into the right field corner. And hustling around first is Cano with a 2-out double. So this puts Cano in scoring position at second base for Pete Alonso. It's going to be a 70. And that's strike 3. Alonso strikes out and that retires the side. So just like that, No score in the half an inning. It's going to be Adam Eaton against Wilmer Font. Yep. That's going to be a 0-1. That's going to be a deep drive off Adam Eaton's card. And now it's a 0-0. That's going to be a home run, but it has an insignia. So we're going to have to look at the green die and then at the ballpark card. Green die is a 3. Ballpark card says 0-5 home runs. That's a deep drive, right field. Back goes Conforto to the track, to the wall, gone. 1-0. 1-0 Washington Nationals. Adam Eaton sends a fastball over the fence and right, and it's Victor Robles. That's foul back. Souvenir for a lucky fan. 43 is a 5, and that's a ground ball second base. Cano. 1 out. 5-0. That's going to be a deep drive. Anthony Rendon gets a hold of one, lifts it deep to left center field, and that's a 55, and that's going to be one hop off the wall. And Anthony Rendon, 1 out double. So the Washington Nationals have come out of the chute swinging, and Wilmer Font's going to have a quick chat with Wilson Ramos. So we got a homer and a double here right off the bat. And it's going to be Juan Soto. Juan Soto's a left-handed batter. Juan Soto batted .282 with 34 home runs. So the kid's got good power. Playing deep drive baseball, Juan Soto, Wilmer Font. Here's the pitch. That's foul back. That's going to be a 72, and that's going to be a strikeout. Curveball gets Soto. 2 out. 2 out runner on second. And Howie Kendrick. Howie Kendrick had a interesting season. He had 370 plate appearances. I have him actually in the league, in a dynasty baseball league. I have him on a couple of my teams, and he had a crazy season. 344 batting average, 17 home runs in basically half a season. Yep. So you're talking about 34, proportionally, you're talking about a 34 home run year, batting 344. You're talking about now potentially, winning the batting title. And he had 62 RBIs that in half a season. That would have gave him 124 RBIs. Whoa. So he had a pretty impressive opportunity. He played only half the season. So it's Howie Kendrick. He's a right-handed batter. And with Anthony Rendon at second base, Wilmer Font's going to check in for the sign. Here's the pitch. That's a 99 and a 5. A 99, a 5 is a ground ball hit hard at Cano and throws him out. That retires the side. Washington up 1-0. End of 1. Conforto, Rosario, and Ramos. 0-6. That's going to be line base hit center field. Michael Conforto is on with a single against Patrick Corbin. Next is Ahmed Rosario. That's a 33, and that's an out. What kind of an out? It's going to be a line out, and a line out could be a double play. We got to roll 2d6. A line out could be a double play. 2d6. We're going to roll 0 to 9 is a double play, and we roll a 70. So it's a a 6 line out? It was a line out to the first baseman. So Kendrick is right there. Rosario hit it on the nose, but right at Kendrick. Ramos. 0-1 deep drive on Ramos's card. Let's see what happens here. That's an 18, and that's a deep drive, and we don't know what's going to happen. We're going to have to look because it's 0-0 to 19, and we rolled an 18. So we're going to have to look at the ballpark card. A 0-6 is, caught at the warning track by Juan Soto. So Wilson Ramos gives it a ride, but just missed it. That would have been a 2-1 lead for the Mets. We just missed that by the skin of our teeth. And it's going to be Juan Lagares. 2 out now. Juan Lagares. That's a 62, and that's ball 4. So Lagares walks. Now it's going to be Wilmer Font. He's a B pitcher hitting card. That's an 18. And that's going to be strike 3 and the side retired. Patrick Corbin strikes out Wilmer Font. And it's going to be Brian Dozier now. Stepping into the box. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Nationals. That's a 0-5. That's going to be a single. Ground ball through the left side. Dozier is a 1D base stealer. Wilmer Font is a +1 hold. And Wilson Ramos, let's check his arm rating. Wilson Ramos is a +1 arm rating. So it's a 1 plus a 2 plus the Ramos, that's a 3D. So this is a simple way to do this. Let's check the stolen base. There it is, stolen base. It's a 3D, right? 3D, and we're looking at 0 to 12 is a stolen base. 13 to 28 is caught stealing. Otherwise, it's going to be a basically the runner doesn't take off. That's a 38, and a 3D is he's gonna hold. He's not gonna get the leads. He gets back to first. So Dozier fails to get the lead to try to steal. Yan Gomes. He'll be out, runner on first. That's an 86. 86 is a 0, and that's a liner. We're going to roll again for a double play. And it's a 95, so it's a liner to the third baseman. So it's L5 if you're scoring at home, which you should be. Yan Gomes lines out for out number 1. And it's Wilmer Difo. That's a 95. That's an out a 7, and that's a fly ball to right. 2 out. Right there's Conforto. Patrick Corbin. Bottom of the second. 60 against Font, and that's a ground ball up the middle and through. Past the outstretched glove of Robbie Cano, and Lagares plays it. Now, Dozier, let's check and see if he goes to third on this, because there are 2 out. Oh, he's very slow. Holy smokes. Yeah, he's going to stop at second on that single. All right, so it's top of the order, Adam Eaton. Eaton hit a home run in his first at-bat, leadoff home run. Here's the pitch from Wilmer Font. It's a 76, and that's going to be strike 3, and that retires the side. So Wilmer Font blows a fastball by Adam Eaton. We go top of the third. Jeff McNeil. He's 1 for 1 with a single. That's going to be a 65, and that's going to be strike 3. Down swinging is Jeff McNeil. Next is J.D. Davis. J.D. Davis is 0 for 1. He grounded out. That's a 0-3. That's a deep drive. So we're going to look at a deep drive. That's a 54 deep drive, and that's going to be a 1 hop off the wall. And around first, going into second, the throw, and he is safe with a double. So 1-out double for J.D. Davis. Robbie Cano next, one of my favorite players. Started off with the Yankees. Past his prime a little bit now, 88. That's going to be off Patrick Corbin, a 6. And that's going to be a hard hit ground ball at the shortstop, Difo. He's going to look Davis back to second, fires to first, and gets Robbie Cano, who's really not jogging, kind of jogging to first base. He's known for jogging to first base. Been called out a couple of times. And it's Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso, Davis. That's going to be a 53. That's a deep drive on Pete Alonso. Now that's going to be trouble. He lifts one to deep center field. Back goes Robles. And we're looking at a it's a 69, and that's going to be a double. That's going to be an RBI double. Game is tied. High off the wall, rolls away from Robles, but Pete Alonso is going to stop at second base. 29 would have been a home run. I was trying to get it to roll that way, but I just couldn't manage it. So RBI double, game is tied at 1 apiece. Pete Alonso. And next is Michael Conforto. 82 is defense. This is always fun. Love the defensive results in this game. So we're going to roll 2d10. That's a 79. So that tells us it's a range chart. A 79 takes us to left field. And he's a 4 out there. I saw that before. Soto is a 4 outfielder. So he makes a nice running catch down the line. And that retires a side. And I will double check that. But I looked at that before, and Soto was a 4, and he is a 4 left fielder, and that's a pretty good left fielder. 5 is the best. So Michael Conforto goes the other way, but Juan Soto makes a nice catch in the left field corner. All right, so it's going to be Victor Robles against Wilmer Font. That's a 24. Strike 3. Down on strikes is Robles. Next is Anthony Rendon. He doubled in his first at bat. 22, and that's a walk. Ball 4, Rendon showing his patience. And now Rendon, let's see if we can get a steal. We're going to have a +2, so it's a 2A. So we're going to roll 2A. There goes Rendon, a 69, and he's going to hold a 2A. And how do I know it's 2? It's +1 for the pitcher, +1 for the catcher, and he's got a 0. But he's got an A, so it's a 2A. 0 to 17 is a stolen base. But we roll a 69, so he's not going to get his lead. He's going to Wilmer Font throws over. Keeps him at first. Juan Soto now with 1 out, and Rendon at first base. That's a 97. A 2, and that's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. G3. And a G3 with a runner on first is a B, which says lead runner forced out. 3-6. So nice play by Alonso. Went to second base to get the lead runner. That's going to be a fielder's choice. 3-6. And it's Howie Kendrick. That's an 18. An 18 is ground ball up the middle and through. Base hit to Juan Lagares. Plays it. Gets it in quickly to Rosario. So runners on first. And with 2 outs, Juan Soto is, you know what? We're going to play it safe because, let's see. With 2 outs, Juan Soto is going to stay at second base. I don't feel that enough guys go from first to third in this game sometimes because it's automatic to go from first to third in certain situations. Like if you're very fast plus. But there's like one guy that I've seen in playing, 40 games that was very fast plus. And then the rest of them, like this situation will call for a question mark. Question mark, you roll on the option. That gives you an option to send Soto to third. And you know what? Let's do that just to see how it plays out. Let's do that. Let's send Soto to third. Let's just roll on the choice chart. We roll a 55 on the choice chart. A 55 is going to say, well, he's fast. And safe is going to be from 42 to 69. 42 to 69, he is safe. We rolled a 55, so he goes first to third. So maybe I just got to be a little bit more aggressive. I'm a little bit conservative. So on the single, Juan Soto goes to third. So with 2 outs, it's first and third. And it's going to be Brian Dozier. Brian Dozier batted .238. Really struggled at the beginning of the season. I remember, Salvador, I remember him struggling big time at the beginning of the season, batting like 170 for a long time. But eventually, I guess he got on a streak and raised his average. Shabby, had only 3 stolen bases. I remember him more of a base stealer. That's why I think I ran before. I remember him more of a base stealer. All right, so that's going to be a 0-7, and a 0-7 is going to be a single. That's going to be an RBI single. Kendrick, let's see if we send him to third. He's blank, so he's going to go from average to fast. We're going to send him to third, and let's see what happens here with 2 outs. And that's going to be a 15, and he makes it to third base. Let's double check that. Choice chart 15, runner is safe, first to third. So it's 2-1 on the single. on the single by Brian Dozier, and it's Yan Gomes now. Now, starting pitcher 4. So we've gone through one. That's pretty much it. We're going to have to replace Wilmer Font at this point because he doesn't have many innings to go. He's a starting pitcher 4. That means he gets 4 points. He's used 1 for going through the lineup once. He's allowed to run, so that's 2. He's pitched 2 complete innings, and actually I gave him 2 free outs. So I think I've been a little bit generous with him. So we're going to have to go into the bullpen and see who the Mets used in this game. It's going to be somebody. This is going to kind of put a spin on the game for us because when you pull a guy this early, Drew Gagnon comes in and he does 2 innings. So actually, in reality, Wilmer Font went 2.1 innings and got the loss in this game. So we'll see. He's actually did a little bit better for us. So we're going to bring out you get every player in Deep Draft Baseball. You can get the whole 2019 season for $12. It's a lot of work. Somebody did a lot of work for $12, I'll tell you. So just because of that, I got the game. I mean, I was like, holy smokes. Somebody did all this work for only $12. I wish I could do more for the guy. Drew Gagnon. There he is. So Gagnon's coming in for Font. See if we can get a couple innings out of him. Now, Drew Gagnon was 3-1 with an 8.37 ERA. That's right. You heard me right. There's nothing wrong with my mic. He had an 8.37 ERA in 18 games. 23 innings pitched, and I imagine he gave about 21 runs. 1.7 whip, Drew Gagnon versus Yan Gomes. But this guy's fearless. And that's a 37, and that's going to be a 1 out. That's popped up to the right side. Pete Alonso, he's under it, and that retires the side. 2-1, the Nationals here in the bottom of the 3rd pick up a run, and they lead at 2-1 and go to top of the 4th. Ahmed Rosario, Wilson Ramos, and Juan Lagares against Patrick Corbin. .71, and that's a strikeout. Curveball gets Rosario. Went fishing. And it's Wilson Ramos. He's 0 for 1. He flied out. That's a 0-4. That's going to be line base hit center field. So Ramos is on with a single. Juan Lagares now. He walked in the first inning. It's going to be a 43. A 5 is going to be a hard hit ground ball at second base. Dozier to Diffo. Back to Kendrick. 4-6-3 double play. Two down. Oh, wait, that retires the side. Excuse me. Drew Gagnon to Wilmer Diffo. Have to re-roll that. Foul ball. That's a 16, and a 16 is going to be strike 3. Diffo down on strikes. Patrick Corbin, 46 is an out. 9. Fly ball, shallow center field. In comes Lagares. Back goes Wilmer. Well, not Wilmer Flores, but Ahmed Rosario, and it's Juan Lagares who makes the catch. 2 down, the bottom of the 4th. Adam Eaton. That's a 43. That's a 1. That's popped up left side. J.D. Davis near the stand, stretches out, and makes a nice catch. Drew Gagnon. Gagnon is a B batter, so we're going to let him bat. What is it? He's only got 1 inning. You know what? Do we let him bat? Let me see how many pitchers they used here. Hey there, Salvador. Baseball is best. Yes, baseball is best. Gagnon, Bachelor, and Familia. We are, let's see. You know what? I'm going to do what I'm going to do because I need this guy to go get a couple innings out of him. All right, so that's going to be an 85 against Drew Gagnon. It's going to be Patrick Corbin versus Drew Gagnon. An 85 is going to be a 6, and that's going to be hard grounder to Diffo. Throws him out. And that's 1 out. We go to the top of the order, Jeff McNeil. McNeil's 1 for 2. 54, and that's going to be a line drive base hit to right for Jeff McNeil. And let's see what the catcher is. The catcher is Yan Gomes. Yan Gomes is a no arm rating. No arm rating. So if I wanted to send McNeil, he'd be at a 1D, and I'm not going to do that. All right. So J.D. Davis now with McNeil on at first. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch from Patrick Corbin. That's an 89. That's going to be a 5. That's a hard hit ground ball at the shortstop. Diffo flips to Dozier back to first. 6-4-3 double play. Side retired. So Davis hits into a double play. We go to Victor Robles. That's a 71, and that's going to be strikeout. So Drew Gagnon blows one by Victor Robles. Next is Anthony, the always dangerous Anthony Rendon, 23. That's going to be hit by pitch. So that nicked him. And Anthony Rendon is on at first. Rendon is going to try to steal. He's an A base stealer. Let's see if he can get the – oh, that's not going to do it. So he's going to hold it first. Next is Juan Soto. That's a 48. That's going to be an out. An 8 is a fly ball, shallow left field. McNeil in, makes the catch. Rendon back to first. And it's Howie Kendrick. Howie Kendrick's 1 for 2. That's righty. Oh, that's 0-0. That's a deep well, with a runner on base, actually 0-0. We're going to look at the wild pitch chart. And a 98 under the wild pitch chart basically says if catcher BP rating is B, C, D, or F, it's a pass ball. So B, C, D, or F, he has a pass ball. Let's see his pass ball rating. Pass ball is a D, so that's a pass ball. Oh, wait, Wilson Ramos, wrong catcher. Sorry. His pass ball rating is a D, so that's a pass ball. Crosses up. Ramos, is that going to be a wild pitch or is that going to be a pass ball? Let's wait for the official scorer. Anthony Rendon hustles over to second base on this. Now, no way that can be the catcher's fault. I mean, that ball was inside. It was low. That's got to be a wild pitch. But no, the official scorer says it's a pass ball. So Wilson Ramos is going to be charged with a pass ball. All right, Howie Kendrick. Anthony Rendon is a second base, so we're rolling again. And that's going to be a 73, so he lost the deep drive. He lost the deep drive to a pass ball, and now it's 73, and that's going to be strike 3, and the side is retired. Whoa, luck of the draw. Robbie Cano, Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin goes 10. We're in the top of the 6th. That's a 97, and that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Diffo throws him out. Pete Alonso's 1 for 2. 68. Strike 3. Michael Conforto. Conforto is 1 for 2. He's singled and flied out. I got a little bit of, let's see if I can try to get rid of the, don't know what I have. I have some, let's move that up, see if I get rid of that shade. All right, it's going to be a 37. This is going to be off Conforto's card, a 2. A play by feels his position, throws out Conforto, and that retires the side. Brian Dozier now. Drew Gagnon, we're trying to get him to go, well, actually, let's see if he can go in one more inning. Yeah, he can. He got a +1. He's already got a 2, but he got a +1 because he got out of an inning with pitching, not allowing any base runners and getting 1 or 2 outs. So he's going to get a +1 for that. So we're going to let him go one more inning here. Oh, and that's going to be a 35, and that's a 9. That's a fly ball center field. On the run is Lagares, and nice catch by Lagares, flashing that leather. You know, he was a Gold Glove winner in 2014. Juan Lagares, the issue that he's really had are injuries, and really, you know, the hitting hasn't come along the way the Mets expected. So I'm figuring that by 2020, he'll be gone for the Mets. Fast forward into the present, and he's gone from the Mets. So let's rewind back into time to 2019, and the announcer knows what he's talking about. Yan Gomes, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th, Drew Gagnon. That's going to be a 10, and that's ball 4. Wilmer Difo now. 81 is an out. A 3 is a ground ball to third. Let's see what it says. Ground ball to third. G5. Sometimes I have to look at these. B. It means lead runner forced. So it's going to be 5-4. So J.D. Davis goes to Cano. No throw to first. Yan Gomes goes in hard. That's going to be a fielder's choice. So Patrick Corbin. 0-9. Patrick Corbin 0-9. That's strike 3. Side retired. Drew Gagnon blows one by. Patrick Corbin retires the side. We go to Ahmed Rosario now in the top of the 7th. 2-1 Nationals. That's a 20. Strike 3. Fastball. Gets Rosario. Ramos. 99. Ground ball. Difo charges it, throws on the run, and gets Ramos with plenty of time. The Buffalo isn't known as a speedster. Juan Lagares. I don't think if he could run at all, he'd be nicknamed the Buffalo. 84 and a 1 is popped up right side. Dozier and Kendrick. Dozier calls him off, makes the catch. That retires the side. Go to bottom of the 7th. And will we let Gagnon go 20? He had 23 innings in 18 games. This would be his – oh, he can't go anymore. So Gagnon is out. Gagnon is out. Let's see if we can find the cards. Here it is. And the next pitcher for the Mets in this game in 2019 was Tyler Bachelor. Tyler Bachelor. Let's look for Bachelor. I mean, baseball is so different now than it was 30 years ago, and it's you know, it's so easy to compare when you're playing, you know, doing a 69, 76 replay and then playing a 2019. It just teaches you how much the game has changed. Tyler Bachelor has a 6.95 ERA in 24 games, 22 innings pitched. So he is, you know, what can I say? See if we can get 1 inning out of him. All right, without giving up the lead. Adam Eaton. That's a 59, and that's going to be ball 4. So Adam Eaton is on. He's a 1A. He's a +1. Wilson's a +1. So that's a 3A. We're going to roll 2D10 and see what happens on the steal. So Adam Eaton's going to try to steal. +1 for the catcher, +1 for the pitcher. Adam Eaton is a 1, so that's 3 altogether. 3A, and he doesn't get the lead. So he's going to hold. And we're rolling for Victor Robles. That's an 80. It's most likely it's an out. Oh, no, it's defense. Defense on Tyler Bachelor. So we're going to have to roll 2D10. 18, and that's going to take us 0 to 41. 0-6 is going to be an automatic error on the third baseman. So that's an error on J.D. Davis, a one-base error. So it's a ground ball that caroms off of the heel of J.D. Davis's glove into foul territory, runs it down, and first and second, nobody out. and it's Anthony Rendon. Probably the most dangerous hitter in baseball. Anthony Rendon is going to be facing Tyler Batchelor now. This is an opportunity, first and second, nobody out for the Washington Nationals to break it open here. That's a 51. That's a deep drive. That's trouble. So Anthony Rendon unloads on that Tyler Batchelor slider, drives it deep to center field, and a 43, and that's going to be off the top of the wall, and that's going to roll away from Lagares. So that's going to score Eaton. Let's see Robles. Robles is fast, and a fast runner on a double. Fast runner on a double gives me, you know what? We're going to try to score him. We're going to try to score Victor Robles on the double. So Lagares gets the ball in quickly, and here's the relay. On the choice chart, and we rolled an 89, and he is out at the plate. Great relay by the shortstop, Ahmed Rosario. So it's going to be an 8-6-2. A double by Anthony Rendon, his second double of the day, drives in one run. But then Robles, waved home by the third base coach, is tagged out. 8-6-2. And that really exemplifies a classic fundamental relay from the outfield. And I hope all you kids who are watching out there, all you little leaguers out there, learn from that. It was masterful in its execution, and they get the runner at the plate. So that's baseball being played by the Amazons the way baseball should be played. Juan Soto, 2 outs, 1 out. Anthony Rendon at second base. 67, that's ball 4. That's going to be it. We're pulling Tyler Batchelor. Had enough of that. He's a disaster. We're going to bring in Jerry Familia now. So Jerry Familia has been on the injured list. I haven't seen him in about 10, 12 games. So that's how I know he's been away. And I remember him going on the injured list early on. I mean, if you read Ball 4, Jim Bouton's book, guys disappear to the injured list when they're struggling. That's what happens, guys. Whenever it's not because their arms hurt, sure. I mean, it's like, on Monday morning, everything hurts. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, man, I'm feeling great. So my point is that, if things are not going well, if you don't want to do something, everything's going to hurt. If you're just not, hitting location, and they're pounding your pitches, then you're going to be injured. Everything's going to hurt you. That's my point. So yeah, that's typical. If a guy has a bad outing, gives up 6 or 7 or 8 runs for the third time in a row, and all of a sudden he's on the injured list, and he's not injured. His ego is injured. All right, so Howie Kendrick. It's going to be Jerry Familia. Jerry Familia had a nightmare. Let's cancel that. We're gonna have to pull a. You know what we're gonna do here? We're gonna do a double switch. Double switch, and I'd like to show how to do a double switch on iScore as well on this. We're gonna pull Ramos on this game. Let's see if I can get this to do a double switch here. All right, I think you can see that. All right, so we're going to pull a double switch. We're going to bring in a new pitcher. So tap the pitcher. We're going to look for Familia. Did I pass him? There he is. All right, so Familia. Then it's going to ask me to include him as an offensive sub. I got to say no because he's going to go. So save. Now I'm going to click on Familia, and I'm going to put him 7th spot. I'm going to have to get Nido. Find Thomas Nido, who I think is there he is. So Thomas Nido is going to wait a second. 7th spot. Nido's not going there. Familia is going in the 7th spot. Made a mistake here. Familia is going in the 7th spot. There you go. Now, Then I'm going to replace Ramos with Nido. Click on Ramos, look for Nido, right? And then I'm going to click on Nido and offense, and Nido's going to go into ninth spot where Tyler Batchelor is. And I'm going to find Nido, and I'm going to click on that. So if you want to know how to do the double switch, just follow me, replay that little section of the game. And I'm going to wipe this down a little bit. I should have done it. I have my eyeglass cloth. So I'm going to get all, but it's kind of greasy from fingers. That's basically now. It looks much nicer. So I apologize for having all my thumbprints on the iScore iPad. All right, so it's Howie Kendrick. We replaced Ramos with Thomas Nido. And I'm going to leave Ramos in there, so I know I replaced him. I'm just going to put Nido in front of him. Well, actually, no. It's a pitcher spot. So let me put the pitcher. I'm going to put the pitcher spot in front of there, and then I'm going to put Nido in the ninth spot where he should be, because he's going to be batting ninth. There you go. Perfect. All right, everything's in order, and it's Howie Kendrick now with runners on first and second, only one out. So I just showed you how to create a double switch using iScore for all those guys that want to learn iScore. iScore is a free app. You can do it on your phone when you travel. The way I got into it is I was traveling. I was in New York watching the Mets for a couple of weeks, and yeah, I was playing games. I was rolling Status Pro, at night after we get home from the game about midnight, after we go to a little place called White Castle in the neighborhood for some burgers, and I'd stay up till 2, 3 in the morning rolling dice. Actually, Status Pro is pulling cards. Howie Kendrick. That's a 28. That's going to be a defensive check. Another defensive check, and we're going to roll 2 D10 for this. That's a 47, so it's just beyond the error. A 47 is going to be on a first baseman, and I know that from just playing the game, playing the Mets, that Alonso's a 3, so he's going to make the grab. It's a G3 with first and second. Let's see if we can at least get a fielder's choice here. So a G3 with runners on first and second is an I, and an I said runner on first, forced out at second. All right, so it's going to be a 3-6 force out. That's going to be out number 2. So Alonso over to Rosario, back to the pitcher covering Familia, but not in time. And, what did I just do? I got to do the whole thing again. Hold on a second. So it's a fielder's choice, 3-6. Runner on second advances to third. Runner on second is out on a force out. And then runner on first is held there. So it's first and third, Brian Dozier against Jerry Familia. Oh, that's a 0-3. That's trouble. That's a deep drive on Dozier's card. 0-44 is a home run, and we roll a 31. That's a deep drive center field and over Legara's head, and that's gone. Brian Dozier, 3-run home run off Jerry Familia. And that's going to be 6-1 now. Brian Dozier gets a hold of a Jerry Familia slider and sends it over the center field fence for a 3-run home run. And that's 4 runs for the Nationals here in the bottom of the 7th. Yan Gomes is next. 6-1 Nationals. 80. And that's going to be strike 3, and that retires the side. So Thomas Nido's leading off against Patrick Corbin. This is the 8th. Patrick Corbin's been through the lineup twice, I imagine. Let me. I'll know after this. Wait, I don't want to. Let's see. He's given up a run. He can go 10. He's got 7. So this should be his foul back, and that's going to be a 73. Strike 3. Nido down on strikes. Yeah, this is his 3rd time around the order. So he's gone 2 times around the order, given up a run. That's 3 points. That's 3 points, right? And then he's pitched 6 complete. So that is 9 points, and he's allowed 10 points. So he can go 1. This is his last inning. Unless, of course, he's pitched 3 consecutive. Okay, so he'll get a +1 if he can retire the next 2 batters. So Corbin can go another inning and have a complete game if he can retire the next 2 batters. Jeff McNeil. Now, this is a guy that's not easy to get out. That's a 78, but I think he's going to do it here. A 78 is going to be strike 3 on McNeil. And you don't see that very often. Jeff McNeil, the flying squirrel, striking out very often. J.D. Davis. J.D. Davis against Patrick Corbin. Corbin looks in for the sign. Sets and deals. That's a 65. Strike 3. Inning over. Strikes out J.D. Davis. And it's Wilmer Difo. And we're going to have a new pitcher. Going to have a new pitcher. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who do you call? Ghostbusters. All right, let's see. Let's look at the next game and take a peek at who the Mets used in that game. Zamora's around. Gazelma's around. All right, we're going to bring in Zamora. He's that kind of a pitcher, kind of a mop-up guy type. Zamora. Although he picked up a save the other day, but we're going to call Zamora in. We're not going to use Gazelman. So we're looking for Zamora, see if we can track him down. He's a lefty specialist. So we can see we may have flown by Zamora. He may be stuck in another team. Sometimes that happens. So the last team we played was Miami. No, there he is. So Zamora comes in for the bottom of the 8th. And it's going to be Daniel Zamora versus Wilmer Difo. That's an 86. And it's a fly ball to right. Conforto towards the line makes the catch. 1 down. 6-1 Nationals here in the bottom of the 8th. 41. Line caught by Rosario. Timed his jump perfectly. So Corbin got good wood on it, but right at Ahmed Rosario. 2 out in the bottom of the 8th. Adam Eaton. Eaton's 1 for 3. Homered. Struck out, flied out, and walked. It's a 34. It's a fly to left. McNeil back. Squeezes it, and that retires the side. Robinson Cano leads off the top of the inning, so Corbin is going to try to go a complete game here. That's a 52. That's going to be a deep drive. And a 18, and that ball is a 6, and the park. Oh, it goes up to 5, so that's caught at the warning track. So Cano goes the other way, drives one, but Juan Soto right there at the wall makes the catch. Stayed in the park. Pete Alonso. 70. Strike 3. Pete Alonso. Missed that by a lot. And 2 outs now. Michael Conforto. 96. 7. Fly ball right field. Adam Eaton on the run. Tracks it down. Ball game over. Mets lose it by a score of 6-1. Hope you enjoyed the game. It was a pretty close game, an interesting game for a long time. And 6-1 is the final score. Washington beat the Mets. It's going to be Patrick Corbin pitches a 7-hitter, goes a 9 innings. And the Mets had 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error, 4 left on base. Washington had 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 7 left on base. The big hit that broke open was the 3-run homer by Brian Dozier in the bottom of the 7th inning versus Jerry Familia. And once they brought in Tyler Batchelor, I mean, Gagno did a pretty good job, pitched 2 and actually he went 3 innings. Wow. did pretty not bad, not too shabby. So Gagnon went 3.1 innings, and then we replaced him with Tyler Batchelor, who walked the first batter. The second batter reached on an error by J.D. Davis. Then it was a double by Rendon, and then we had a walk, and that's when we brought in Familia, and Familia got Howie Kendrick to ground into a fielder's choice. But the next batter, Brian Dozier, took a slider and sent it over the center field fence for a big 3-run blast to kind of break the game open and to make the score 6-1. So that's it for today's Met game. Let's see. Crazy RAs, yes. This is true, Salvador. Yeah, I think let's take a quick peek here at this is game 2 of a 3-game set. Mets lose this one. I'm not sure if they lost the first one. I have to yeah, the Mets lost the first one 2-1, the second one 6-1. So let's see if they can avoid getting swept here in game 3. And let me do the wins and the losses. And that's it. Patrick Corbin gets the win. The loss is going to go to Wilmer Font. And that's about it for this game. So, guys, thanks for watching. I hope I helped you with learning to play deep drive baseball. I showed you how to do a double switch on iScore. If you're learning iScore, that's a little bit of a challenge when you start out. Yeah, Dozier the bulldozer. Yep. So this is CP Cards and Dice. And remember, this here's your channel for chat tutorials, strategy, player profiles, history, news, and much, much more. So keep tuning in to CP Cards and Dice. We will be back today. I don't know if we're going to be back with game 3 of this series, but we will be back with Inside Pitch probably tonight. Take care.